Алоха, с вами Swordflame, и я нашел, как найти третье воспоминание. Поэтому в этом видео мы сразимся с первым серьезным боссом. Также я подкачался до 5 уровня и прокачал некоторые обилки. Не все обилки можно качать в любое время, так как некоторые требуют определенного уровня, и на 5 уровне можно прокачать, чтобы характеристики стали чуть побольше. К боссу самое то. Но, к сожалению, я не смог получить еще 2 оставшихся воспоминания и разгадать все загадки этого особняка. Так что пока их отложим. Погнали!
The entity linked to this place is a psycho. Nascal suddenly awoke. For months, he had been unable to sleep well, and that night had been particularly bad, something which he blamed on the emotion of being so close to finishing his work. Washing his face, he noticed how terrible he looked in the mirror, and thought that very soon he would have to be ready to return to society. Nascal was unsure of how much time had passed since he had visited the Council of Brax. After that night, he invested his vast fortune in creating a secluded mansion away from the civilized world. A huge and well-equipped workshop in which he could devote body and soul to his work, free from distractions. It had been years, or maybe even decades, since the last time he had contact with another human being. But loneliness meant little to him. All that mattered was that he was close to reaching his goal. Over the years, just improving his creative talent wasn't enough for Nascal. His goal was much higher. He devoted day after day to research the same process Gaudemus developed to make his works, becoming an unrivaled expert in lost science and supernatural rituals. With such unusual tools, he managed to create countless animated puppets, which were able to move by themselves. The very ones that now protected his mansion and took care of its maintenance. But they were all just prototypes for his definitive work, the ultimate puppet. An artificial being so perfect, it would not be aware that it was not alive. Nascal solemnly went down to the heart of his workshop, where his most valued masterpiece waited for him. On the table was a body. Any observer would think without a doubt that it was a true human being. It had the same appearance as its creator, as identical as 2 drops of water. The master puppeteer smiled. In his next encounter with Gaudemus, it would be his marionette that greeted him. An ironic joke that only he would be able to understand. After reviewing the status of the project for hours, Nascal determined that it was only a matter of days until it was finished. Only a few pieces were missing, which should be stored in his secondary workshop. With unusual anxiety, he walked to the north wing in search of them. It had been a long time since he had visited that area of the mansion, and he was not even really sure of why he stopped going there. Upon entering the room, the master puppeteer was struck by the terrible state of the place. He didn't remember having forsaken it for so long. Without giving it too much thought, Nascal walked to where the pieces were stored, but he saw something in his way which puzzled him. There, sitting in the workshop, was a corpse, holding the parts Nascal had come for. His flesh, rotted and dried, was in pretty bad shape, suggesting that it had been in that place for a long time. Surprised, Nascal approached to examine the body, but before he could do so, the puppet master became completely paralyzed with terror. Because, despite being worn and wasted, there was no doubt. The corpse had exactly the same face as him. This place. This is part of the messenger. Everything here resonates with his fragments of memories. We can use it to reach him.
Yes, but we will need at least 3 to summon him.
You shouldn't be here. This is my core.
Nascal the Puppet Master, come out. Don't hide in the shadows.
Go away. If you won't, I will destroy you.
Answer me. What is your intention coming to the tower?
I did not come. I was brought here. I heard a voice whispering in my head. I saw a light, and then I was here.
I have seen your memories. The things that you've done. The lives you've destroyed. Everything. You lost yourself and became a monster.
Wrong. I never lost myself. That was all for the art. And what about all the things that you have destroyed coming here? And even before that, we are all sinners looking for an answer, hunter of shadows. The only difference is the reasons.
Come out. Let's put an end to this.
I will. You will be wonderful marionettes. You can't run. You can't run. Come, my beautiful creations. Everything is for the art. Everything is for the art. Everything is for the art. Come, my beautiful creations. I can see them in the theater, the marionettes. They are wonderful.
Huh? This power. Baby, what's happening?
The dream goes on. The little girl is still in the dark hallways of the heart of the Order of Nathaniel. Around her, there are dozens of sealed rooms which contain incomprehensible monstrosities that should not exist. The Inquisition brought the child there only a few hours ago. They said it was just for protection, to be sure that she was safe, although the truth is that they didn't know what to do with her. It was too dangerous to let her live, but she was still an innocent child. Even the most radical amongst them didn't want to kill her just because her blood was different. A blood that would empower any supernatural creature who fed on her. The Inquisition thought that her pursuers would not be able to enter the holy city of Nathaniel, so they would have time to decide what to do there. They were wrong. The little girl can't run anymore. The long hallway ends, and in the darkness, she finds a closed door. With her frail arms, the child opens it. She hopes that inside, she can finally hide from the things that follow her. Those who pursue her are the same monsters that had destroyed her village. The ones who took her parents away. The ones who stole the little world that she had known. Her small eyes look around the room. A chill runs through her body. It seems that no one has been there for a long time. But it is not empty. In the center, there is a book. And somehow, looking at it, she feels even colder than before. Ergo? What happened?
I'm not sure.
For a legendary godlike entity, you know very little.
I was near omnipotent, baby, not omniscient. Knowing too much always spoils the fun. My guess is that the core was linked to that entity. After we destroyed him, it couldn't hold itself together and collapsed. Following that, we reappeared in this place. I don't know why you lost consciousness. There's something else I want to tell you. Little girl, that power, the one you felt there, it's mine.
What do you mean?
After kicking the ass of that guy, something came to me. I thought it was merely assimilating his essence, but it was more. I regained part of my power, my real power, the one I am unable to use, sealed in this book.
Why are you telling me this?
Honestly, I'm not very sure. I guess I just wanted to play fair with you. Or maybe I just wanted to freak you out a little. In any case, it is true. And the plan is?
You don't need to ask. We'll stick to our original goal.
I can't complain. This is becoming much more fun than I thought it could be.
Welcome back, bearer of calamities. Inform me of the situation.
My lord, everything here is quite chaotic. I still don't understand what's happening inside this place. But you were right. Some powerful entities are being summoned here.
You are a weapon child. You don't need to understand anything. Just destroy them before the omens can be fulfilled. The world is at stake.
Yes, my lord. I have already begun. If nothing else, one of them is destroyed.
Romy, could you give us a little more information on what's happening outside? Not to mention about this whole damn prophecy thing.
Ergo Mundus, don't talk directly to me ever again. Your power may be necessary, but I don't need to discuss anything with you.
Oh, do you have a problem with me?
Problem? Your mere existence is a problem, creature. Tame your beast, bearer of calamities. It is a necessary evil, but not one I must tolerate.
Shut up, Ergo Mundus. That's an order. My apologies, my lord.
No need. Now go. At least one more messenger is already inside this place. Destroy him. Here, take this. It may help you in your mission. There is no time to talk, bearer of calamity.
Why did you do that? I told you to release.
I need time.
Have you met him? You can find him at...
what was a human being? What exactly was he? Nascal didn't know for how long, years perhaps. He had asked the same questions without finding an answer. Was the dead body in the workshop the real Nascal? But if it was, why did it hold the parts needed to complete the project? The puppet master had his body analyzed several times over the years, trying to find something that could help him determine if he was a man or a marionette. In his research, Nascal severed some of his limbs, replacing them with metal implants, an irony that even he could see. Desperate, he began to consider using other humans as guinea pigs for research. However, after all of his sacrifices, he was still not even one step closer to finding the truth. But what if none of that mattered? People, puppets, what if there had never been any difference from the start? Do you hate Romeo Exet?
It's not hate. I mean, that guy is freaking powerful himself. Probably the most powerful human being I've met since Elenai, and I respect that. But there is something in him that I despise. That attitude. He behaves as if he is some kind of savior who can't ever be wrong.
Too similar to you?
I'm not human, baby. I am what I am. But that guy, I told you, there's something in him that I can't stand. But what about you? It looks like you are his biggest fan.
He and Lady were the only ones who treated me like a normal girl. He has no qualms calling me his weapon, his instrument, but he was nice to me.
That's just because he's not afraid of me. It's another way to prove that he's better than everyone else. Oh, someday, I wish I could have a chance to kick his ass.
That is something that's not gonna happen.
A book can dream.
Итак, даже неожиданно для себя, я 4-е воспоминание нашел. И символы все же на стене. какие-то есть, и количество букв 8. И как раз таки еще в особняке 2 картины, где 8 букв. Но разгадать не удается. Может быть, в записках, потому что они на русский переведены, какая-то информация не так передана, что тяжелее разгадать. А может быть и нет. Сложно сказать. Ну да ладно. Первый босс повержен, на очереди будет второй. И если вам понравилось это видео, поставьте лайк, поделитесь им с друзьями и знакомыми, пишите ваши комментарии. А с вами был Sword Flame. Всем пока!